Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course, and we are pleased to be joined by Joao Barbosa of Sean Creech Motorsports. Will be in the 33 LMP3 car for the Rolex 24 Daytona and throughout the season. How's it going?
Very good. Thanks for having me, Casey.
Um, so coming into this race, we're doing it again. What's it like to get ready for another season, another Rolex 24? I know you've been in plenty of these. I know you've won a few of these at times as the overall winner. But what's it going to be like? What's it just like to come down to Rolex and try to get another watch?
It's a great build up. I've been in these races for quite a while now, and it's always the same excitement. It's a really cool race. The first race of the year, pretty much anywhere like it starts the season, and it's not actually a big break before the last race in Petit Le Mans to this one. So there's a lot going on. It happens very quickly as soon as you realize it's time to go racing again. So it's very exciting. I feel as excited almost as my first time here. So looking forward for the race. There's a lot of preparation from the team side and the driver side to make sure everything runs as smoothly as possible. So it's the wait is almost over, so I can't wait.
What number Rolex is this for you?
I think this will be my 22nd, I think. So it's over 20 participations at the Rolex 24. So it's been quite a ride.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. I know a lot of people are trying to go after that. Hurley Haywood's record. So I think it was like in like 22 or 23 of them. I mean, I think Lally might break it this week. I don't know. But it's just coming down here for so many times, and of course, I know you obviously many people remember when you were with Action Express or JDC in the number five, and it's so weird not to see that car out here this year. What's that? What was that like to just be a part of that and just kind of building up the series when Le Mans and the Rolex Sports Car Series kind of came together? What was just that like being be a part of the top class and all that?
No, it's an amazing experience to see how the championship has progresses since my first race here. I started. I was racing here when it was Grand Am, and then the merge happened with the American Le Mans Series, and it became the IMSA Series, and it's just been a really fun ride to see how the championship has developed, and I'm really excited to see the new cars this year and how the series is gonna build up on this momentum. I think it's gonna be a great momentum for sports cars in US, especially with the new teams, new cars, a lot of interest. I really hope we have a great race in the main class, in the GTP class. But obviously, I'll be watching a little further behind in the LMP3 class with the Sean Creech Motorsport. But it'll be a really fun race to be on this year.
Yeah. One more thing on the other stuff. Just to not everyone, if you watch the top class, everyone's so used to seeing the number five out there. What's it going to be like not because what's it like not going to be seeing it out there? It's kind of like that's been a part of you for so long.
Yeah, no, it's definitely interesting, but with the new cars and the demand being so high and not a lot of cars available to deliver to the teams, it's a shame that JDC is not going to have their car ready for some time from what it looks like. It so, I mean, but they'll be there. We'll be racing against them in the P3 class, which will be kind of fun
Yeah.
to race against them. But it's definitely not the best situation for them and for the series. It would be nice to see more cars there, but unfortunately, I mean, they can't build cars fast enough, and these cars are very technical. It's not like they can just build cars left and right. It takes a lot. Takes a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of development, and there's just no time to get all the cars they need ready.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously you're going to be in the LMP3 class, and you just kind of mentioned it. you're going to be racing one of your former teams in there. Of course, JDC is going to be running in that class, but just the LMP3 class is obviously the newest. Well, when they added the fifth class back in I think 2021, and you've raced in this class a couple of years. What has it been? What's it like compared to all the other cars that you've driven?
I think it's a great class. It gives the opportunity for gentleman drivers to feel what a prototype is. It's really good car. It's very good car. It's proven to be very reliable. The teams have done such a good job in making the cars last for a long time. Hopefully, it will be the case again. The Sean Creech guys have been working nonstop to get the car very reliable. But it's really a fun class. The cars are fun to drive. Obviously, not as fast as the P2 cars or even the GTP cars, obviously, but the feeling is very similar, just with a little bit less horsepower. The brakes, everything is tuned down a little bit, less horsepower, less brake power, and less aero. But it's very well balanced. Great teams also in the class, as you mentioned. JDC will be part. Riley is there. Also, Andretti is there. So that's really a very strong class from what people thought would be like not such a very good class, but the cars are proven to be very reliable. Really good teams with good drivers are in. So it's an excellent platform for IMSA.
So coming into this race, I mean, you've been doing this for a while. What is it? What's it just about this, or what's the best? What is the best time to be in the car? Obviously, is there like a certain time, like I've always wondered what it's like driving at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., getting that stint. What is that like?
Funny enough, those hours are actually not the worst. They're actually pretty fun. Driving at 3, 4 a.m. Once you wake up, the team is ready to go. You're fired up. You're excited to go back on track. Actually, the night driving, I feel it like it's common driving at 4 a.m. Like it pushes your limits a little bit. You just wake up, you're ready to go on the car, and you need to perform 100% right away. So I think that's very exciting. It's a great time to be on the car, like during the night. But I would say the worst times to be in the car is like sunset and sunrise, which is like there's a couple places where you hit the sun right in front, and it's very, very hard to see for like 15, 20 minutes. And those are the most challenging parts, especially when you're tired and the sun is rising and you have the sun just in your eyes, and that makes it a little bit more challenging. But apart that, everything is fine. Every lap you do at Daytona, it's a great time.
You've won this race a couple times, and you've won this race as the overall winner. Just kind of, what is experience like winning this race? Because I know you've accomplished a lot in your racing career, but what's it like to win this race?
I mean, it's a very special race. To win the race and to win a 24-hour race, it's always very challenging. There's a lot of things that can happen, a lot of situations that can put you back. But to get to the end of checker flag and you're finishing first place, it's just very rewarding, not only for the drivers because it is your job. You want to watch the Rolex at the 24 hours, at the Rolex 24 hours at Daytona. It's very special, but it's also a big credit to the whole team that put such a amount of effort to make the car run and to make sure the car gets to the end. And it's just very rewarding for everybody to finally get to the end and you want what you've been working for the whole winter. It's finishing the race. It's very cool because it gives everybody a tap in the back of a job well done. But when you finish in first place, it's extra rewarding for sure.
And finally, I've asked everybody this I've talked to, what's it going to take to win the Rolex 24? What does it take?
It takes patience, it takes a lot of preparation, and it takes no mistakes, and it takes completing every lap on track. Every time you go behind the wall, it's less chances you have to finish up front. So the the main goal is to complete the race trouble-free, mechanically, driver mistakes, and just fuel and tires, and just take laps, and hopefully you'll be there at the end. I think it's a surviving race for 20 hours. The last 4 hours, you start preparing and placing yourself in a good position so you can attack for the last 2 hours. And for that, you need to have the crew in good shape, the car in good shape, and the drivers obviously in good shape to attack for a sprint race for the last 2 hours.
All right. Well, Joao Barbosa, thank you so much for coming on and talking with us, and best of luck at the Rolex 24 at Daytona.
Thank you very much. Great to be here, Casey.